Human ear, organ of hearing and equilibrium that detects and analyzes sounds by transduction and maintains the sense of balance. Anatomically, the ear has three distinguishable parts: the outer, middle, and inner ear. Like that of other mammals, contains sense organs that serve two quite different functions, that of hearing and that of postural equilibrium and coordination of head and eye movements. The outer ear consists of the visible portion called the auricle or pinna, which projects from the side of the head, and the short external auditory canal, the inner end of which is closed by the tympanic membrane, commonly called the eardrum. The function of the outer ear is to collect sound waves and guide them to the tympanic membrane. The middle ear is a narrow ear-filled cavity in the temporal bone. It is spanned by a chain of three tiny bones, the malleus, incus, and stapes, collectively called the auditory ossicles. This ossicular chain conducts sound from the tympanic membrane to the inner ear, which has been known since the time of Galen as the labyrinth. It is a complicated system of fluid-filled passages and cavities located deep within the rock-hard petrous portion of the temporal bone. The inner ear consists of two functional units: the vestibular apparatus, consisting of the vestibule and semicircular canals, which contains the sensory organs of postural equilibrium, and the snail shell-like cochlea, which contains the sensory organ of hearing. These sensory organs are highly specialized endings of the eighth cranial nerve, also called the vestibulocochlear nerve. The most striking differences between the human ear and the ears of other mammals are in the structure of the outermost part, the auricle. In humans, the auricle is an almost rudimentary, usually immobile shell that lies close to the side of the head. It consists of a thin plate of yellow plastic cartilage covered by closely adherent skin. The cartilage is molded into clearly defined hollows, ridges, and furrows that form an irregular shallow funnel. The deepest depression, which leads directly to the external auditory canal or acoustic meatus, is called the concha. An inner concentric ridge, the antihelix, surrounds the concha and is separated from the helix by a furrow, the scapa, also called the fossa of the helix. In some ears, a little prominence known as Darwin's tubercle is seen along the upper posterior portion of the helix. It is the vestige of the folded over point of the ear of a remote human ancestor. The lobule, the fleshy lower part of the auricle, is the only area of the outer ear that contains no cartilage. The auricle also has several small rudimentary muscles which fasten it to the skull and scalp. In most individuals, these muscles do not function, although some persons can voluntarily activate them to produce limited movements. In its outer third, the wall of the canal consists of cartilage, in its inner 2/3 of bone. The entire length of the passage is lined with skin, which also covers the outer surface of the tympanic membrane, and modified sweat glands that produce earwax or cerumen line the canal and discourage insects from entering it.